Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Mandana Donahue, founder and director of Oral Pathology 360, and I am so thrilled to have you here for navigating PhD opportunities in the Indian institutions for oral and maxillofacial sciences. As we know, PhDs have become essential now as far as research goes, and in fact, they are becoming increasingly necessary in an academic life too. So, this is a very interesting session which will bring us a lot of important information from some of the best known universities in the country. Now, for those of you who may be new, I'm Dr. Mandana Donahue, which I told you, I'm sorry, but we are here from Oral Pathology 360, and Oral Pathology 360 is an international non-profit committed to advancing the skills and knowledge of oral and maxillofacial diagnosticians through accessible online education. We have a very simple mission: education, awareness, and collaboration. And today we are, of course, bringing you a session on education. It gives me a great pleasure also to welcome our guests. And let me see. Yes, I got the right. Sorry, there's just a little confusion with all the scenes that I have. Welcome, Dr. Gupta, and welcome, Dr. Bayati. It's nice to have you with us. And
Thank you very much, ma'am.
you're most welcome. We have actually, the plan was to go according to the alphabetical order in the name of the institutions, but since a couple of our presenters have been held up, so we will break that and we will go with a slightly mixed up order. So what we are going to do is we are going to go with Maratha Mandal Dental College first, and yes, presenting for Maratha Mandal is Dr. Sujata Bayati. It is the actual name of the institution, which is rather long, is Maratha Mandal's Nathajirao G. Halgekar Institute of Dental Sciences and Research Center. And I'm very happy to say it is in my hometown. It is in Belgaum. In fact, it's an institution where maybe I'm a slightly attached to more than the rest because I have worked there. So and I have some very good memories from there. And today, presenting for us from Maratha Mandal is Dr. Sujata M. Bayhati. She is Professor, Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology. Welcome, Dr. Sujata. It's lovely to have you here. I think Dr. Sujata is having a little problem with her mic. Okay, we will have the presentation and we will come back.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Myself, Dr. Sujata Bahati, Professor from the Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology, Maratha Mandal's Nathajirao G. Halgekar Institute of Dental Sciences, Belgaum, Karnataka. Take this wonderful opportunity to clarify your doubts related to the PhD opportunities in my institution. Under these contents, I'll be dealing my entire project. So coming to the admission process, as we all know that in Karnataka state, the topmost university which offering the PhD degree in dentistry includes the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, our institute, Maratha Mandal's Nathajirao G. Halgekar Institute of Dental Sciences and Research Center, which is also affiliated to Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, and where the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Pathology is recognized for PhD in dentistry. So this department, we have Dr. Ramakant Naik, principal, who is the guide for the PhD, and also Dr. Vijayalakshmi Kutrashetty also is a guide recognized from the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. Apart from these two people, we also have Dr. Madhu Puja from the Department of Conservative Dentistry and Endodontics, who is also the guide for the PhD students. So to talk about the schedule, and most of the notification and application starts in the first week of April, and the date of examination starts in the last week of April. And before the enrollment, the students are supposed to take a entrance examination and they have to clarify with that examination, and then they will be proceeded further. So the result of this examination will be announced in the second week of June, and the submission of the preliminary synopsis is done in the second week of July. And also we see that the presentation of the synopsis before the committee will be done in the second week of August, and the provisional acceptance and the commencement of the session starts from the month of September. To enroll yourself for the the PhD program, so the students should be the citizen of India and the master's degree in the relevant field from the recognized university. Minimum required marks is 55% for the general category and 50% for the reserved categories. There is no age limit given here. And also you ensure that you check the syllabus and format of the examination and try to choose the guide and the supervisor and try to select at least 4 to 5 topics which are very much close to your heart. And choose the guide, and also the chosen guide should be also recognized from the RGHS and also should be in the institution which is affiliated to Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. So all the candidates who are intending to register for the PhD program shall appear for the entrance examination conducted by the university. An entrance examination shall be qualifying test with the qualifying marks as a 50%. The exam consists of 2 papers conducted over the 2 sessions of 3 hours. The syllabus of the first theory paper consists of basics of research methodology and will also carry 50 marks, where 10 marks of 5 marks each will be taken up. And the second theory paper, which will also be subject specific, preferably with the competence of the PG standard, will also carry 50 marks, where 10 questions will be asked with the 5 marks each. The marks scored by the candidate for both the papers put together will be considered for deciding the pass criteria. So the research proposal submission, right to choose the guide and also the institute and the department, and all the candidates must also submit a detailed research proposal which should include the introduction about the topic, the research problem and the objectives and review of literature, proposed methodology, expected outcomes and the significance of the study, and the proposal is also reviewed by the subject expert and approved by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences before the proceeding. So, an interview or maybe the viva was to be organized by the university for the candidates who successfully clear the entrance exam and have been also selected for the PhD course to discuss their research interest or an area through a presentation before a duly constituted university PhD registration committee of the respective faculty. In the research phase, the candidates should conduct their research under the guidance of their approved supervisor. The regular supervisor also regular progress reports also should be submitted to the university every 6 months, which also should be reviewed and also obtain satisfactory report. Any ethical approvals, especially for the clinical studies, are being secured prior to the data collection. So then they can start with the thesis writing in the submission. Upon completion of the research work, candidates prepare the PhD thesis, and which also includes an introduction and literature review, methodology and research findings in the discussion and the conclusion along with the references. The thesis submitted to the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences for the evaluation by the external examiner. So then they will be having a thesis defense viva, which is after the thesis has been reviewed, and also candidates undergo a viva voce, which is an oral defense where they also present and defend their research findings before the panel. This is the final step, and the successful candidates have been also awarded with a PhD degree. Current criteria says that the publication is not a must and should during their tenure of PhD course. And we see that there are 2 different formats which are available. But one is a full time where the candidate will be taking the course for up to 3 years, and for the part time it is up to 5 years, and with a contact of 45 days to 60 days, which is for the every 6 months. And this is can be reduced once the person who is working and the person who is taking up the PhD and the work should be done. If it is in the same institution, the duration can be reduced to 1 year, and it will be part-time course can be up to 4 years. To talk about my institution, the Maratha Mandal Nathajirao Halgekar Institute of Dental Sciences and Research Center. So we have a very well furnished, well equipped there is central research laboratory, and which is headed by Dr. Prakash Diwan, and who is the director of the Central Research Laboratory. So the Department of Molecular Biology and Immunology, which has been recognized as a referral center for the oral biology, which is spread over 10,500 square feet, which also facilitates for the studies on oral microbiology, molecular biology, immunology, cell culture, and natural products in the drug discovery lab. So the Maratha Mandal Central Research Laboratory is recognized as a nodal reference center for the research work in the oral microbiology under the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, and also recognized as a scientific and industrial research organization by the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, New Delhi, India. It is the first of its kind that the dental institution to have the cultivation and the identification of the anaerobic bacteria from the oral cavity, having more than 34 MOUs with various universities. Our institution has a lot of affiliation with that of the industrial setups and also the NITM, which is a part of ICMR. And most of these, the setup which have been done, which follows the CSIR and CPC ACA guidelines and are followed. So the lab has a partnership with various universities and research institutions, facilitating advanced research and offering facilities for cultivating anaerobic bacteria, a unique capability in India. Additionally, the lab is also engaged in numerous funded projects exploring the microbial diversity, periodontal pathogens, antimicrobial resistance, and the stem cell differentiation from the dental sources. So we also have the drill bit software, which is also helping the students to get through the plagiarism. Any plagiarisms are there that can be made to pass through this software, and they also get the clarification of their doubts. So there is no funding of the scholarship provided by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. They have to bear their expenses for staying and also the tuition fee and other expenses related to the study work. So international applicants do not have any opportunity to conduct any kind of a research work with the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. So we have a very good staff members where they are very student friendly, and you have to choose a guide and check their interest, and then if that matches with that of yours, then you have to search at least 5 to 6 topics, and then you can contact them personally. You'll get a very good supervision from the mentors, and also they help you in developing your research proposal, methodologies, and project design ensures that it aligns with that of the academic standards. So, as far as collaboration and networking is concerned, and many of the collaborations are there, as I mentioned before, and we have more than 34 MOUs where we conduct a lot of interdisciplinary research collaborations related to the biotechnology, biomaterials, public health, and medical sciences, industry collaborations, and also the public health policies and NGOs, and also the epidemiological research, and also the research facilities which are there in our institution can be utilized by all the PhD candidates, and which could be related to the oral biology or microbiological labs. These labs are being also used to study the oral diseases like periodontitis, caries, and microbial biofilms in the oral cavity. They also include facilities for the microbiological culturing, molecular biology that includes PCR, DNA, and advanced microscopy. So this is the team of the Central Research Laboratory in our institution, and we can see that it is, having the latest technologies which are being installed here, and all the techniques which are followed in our institution, which is spread over 10,500 square feet, what I was mentioning before, and it's really pleasing to work here. And we try lot many herbal extracts and try to check for the cytotoxicity, and we also have the ELISA, which is also can be done as a quantitative and a qualitative testing, and also we have the gel electrophoresis, and also we have the culture media which can be utilized for understanding the culture of various types of fibroblasts and derivation of the stem cells, and also we can subject various kind of herbal products for the MTTSA to check their cytotoxicity, and we also have the very good culture media which are being prepared in our the Central Research Laboratory. Apart from this, we also have the animal house where the breeding of many of the rats is being done, and we can try different kinds of drugs in this animal house also. And we also have an anaerobic workstation where we can conduct various research works related to the anaerobic microorganisms. So we have a very good library facility in our institutions where students can have a good access to the digital libraries and e-sources, and also Helinet, which is one of the greatest resource which is provided by the Rajiv Gandhi University, where they can have the access to both the national and the international journals, and PubMed, Cochrane Library, Scopus, and Google Scholar, and interdisciplinary resources have been also available in our institution. So normal extension of the PhD, as we all know that most of the whatever regulatory norms which are being followed by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, which is according to the norms which are followed by the University Grants Commission in India, which has a specific guidelines regarding the duration and extension of the PhD programs, which our institution also typically follow. The standard duration for the PhD program is up to 3 years, as I mentioned before, and if it is a part-time, it is up to 5 years. Formally, if due to undue reasons or maybe because of the medical issues, if they are not able to continue, and the extension can be given up to 2 years. So post PhD, they have wide range of career options available. They can join as academicians. They can join as a researcher in the research institute industry. They can join. They can join the government and policy, entrepreneurship, and publishing and communication board, and they can join healthcare sector and pharmaceutical companies. So to talk about the publications and the conferences, and publishing and attending the conference is one of the vital component of the PhD journey. They are supposed to publish their articles, a minimum of one article. Current hypothesis says that they are supposed to publish one article at least, and also they need to attend multiple conferences and project and put their effort in front of the wide range of public, so that they get a good amount of questions, and they should be able to answer those questions, and this is how they can take their feedback about the work what they are going to perform as a PhD scholar. So, as far as the student support services are concerned, and our institution is very super so student friendly, and students who are getting enrolled, they will get a very good amount of support from the working professionals who are there, whether it's related to the laboratory work, or maybe the student material, or maybe the study material, or maybe the staff. So they'll get a very good range of support from all the ends. And with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata. So, right. So far, we don't have any questions. So maybe we go on with the next presentation and then come back. Right. So our next presentation is by Dr. Vandana Shah. She is the professor and head of Department of Oral Pathology and Microbiology, and a very great and dear friend. And she is here representing her institution, which is KM Shah Dental College and Hospital, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Hello.
Right. I am so glad you could make it back in time. Yes, university life can be busy. Okay, so we will listen to the presentation and then we will come back. And everyone, just to remind you, you can type in your questions and comments in the chat. The only thing today you might find that you are being asked to subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscription is free. All you got to do is hit subscribe. It just gives us a little more publicity as far as putting our content in front of the public goes, because YouTube will then put it in front of more people. And we are also, I'm tempted to do this because we are getting very close to 5,000 subscribers. So just trying to push the numbers up faster. It's just impatience. And you can just put in your comments and thoughts. But channel members who want a certificate, you definitely have to type, because it's a certificate of participation. So essentially, you should participate. Yes. Okay, let's go on and watch the video and come back.
Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Vandana Shah from KM Shah Dental College and Hospital, Sumandi Vidyapeeth, deemed to be university, situated in Vadodara, Gujarat. I'll quickly navigate you through the PhD program that is being offered at Sumandi Vidyapeeth, deemed to be university. The PhD program applications are invited twice in a year, one in the month of June and the other in the month of December, which is notified on the website, which is displayed here. Once you open the website, you can look into the admissions and look at all the programs that are offered for PhD. And if you click at apply now, there's an application form which you can fill with all the details, which program you want to enroll in, and submit it. The basic requirement for any of the PhD programs that are offered is a master's degree, which from any of the recognized institute of India. Similarly, for international applicants also, they require a master's or equivalent degree from any of the recognized universities from where they come from. The once you registered with Sumandi Vidyapeeth, the institution will provide a provisional certificate for visa applications. Once you're registered, you also need to get a local police verification done. Once the local police verification is done, the verification letter is sent to FRRO at Ahmedabad, and you get a verification letter from FRRO for the tenure of study of your course. Government of India has also launched this Study in India portal. So if you log into this Study in India portal, you see this page. Here also you can register yourself as a student. Once you register yourself, you'll get to know about all the institutions that are providing different programs, and you get all the details also, all the courses that are also available in those particular institutions. So either you can directly log into Sumanti Vidyapeeth University portal, or you can even register yourself at here, and from here you can search Sumanti Vidyapeeth. From the year 2025-26, the Government of India has made it mandatory for all higher education institutions to have a institute login on this portal and to put up all the details on this portal. So you will have an access from this portal also, but you can still log in directly from the Sumanti Vidyapeeth portal. We offer both full-time as well as part-time PhD programs. We do have in-service candidates also, and the external candidates can opt for either full-time or part-time course. We do not provide any distance learning. The fees for the national candidates are 50,000 per annum. 10,000 is the registration fees, which is refunded at the end of the course, and 24,000 is for the 2 CRC presentations and a PD thesis presentation that the candidate is required to make during the tenure of PhD. For the international candidates, it is $2,000 per annum. I'm afraid I do not have any further breakup of additional cost for this international candidates presently. We do provide scholarships and fundings for in-service candidates at present. However, the PhD candidates can definitely apply for extramural funding agencies like ICMR, DBT, DST, and the institution will definitely support and help to apply for such funding such funding bodies. The duration and extension is all according to the UGC guidelines. For both in-service as well as the external candidates, it is 3 + 1 extended to 4 years, which can be extended maximum to a period of 6 years. For persons with disability, more than 40%, there is a provision to extend the PhD programs to up to 10 years. For female candidates, again, it can be extended to 10 years, yes, but with appropriate reasons which can be, which have to be provided on paper. Females getting pregnant during this tenure, for pregnancy and childcare both, they get a leave of about 240 days within this tenure of 10 years. We offer PhD in all the specialities of dental sciences. However, we have not really defined key research areas at present. So the candidates are free to pick up any research areas they look at. We do have a central research laboratory with state-of-the-art facilities wherein the researches can be conducted. Ours is a recognized incubation center for extramural research projects funded by external agencies. We do have a very well-established learning resource center wherein the candidate, once registered, has to pay a very nominal fees for the tenure of PhD, get an library card with a with an ID and password, and then he can have an access to all the digital resources from anywhere he or she is. And of course, as per the council regulations, all the departments are also well equipped with research facilities. All the research supervisors presently are as per the UGC guidelines 2022, who will guide through the entire tenure of PhD and of course mentor and counsel as and when required, as per the requirement of the candidate. We do have a few collaborations, but yes, we are definitely open to collaboration with other institutions and industries nationally as well as internationally, as and when we get the opportunities, and if also the candidates can support, can definitely bring to us such opportunities. During the tenure of PhD, each candidate has to publish at least two papers in PubMed Scopus journals, and make at least two presentations in any of the national or international conferences. The institution has a well executed mentorship program in place for all the students on campus. So yes, we do provide mentorship and counseling to the PhD candidates as well. So once you register, you give an online exam, which is of 70 marks MCQs. Then there is a 30 marks Viva Voce exam, total 100 marks. Once you clear that exam, you are informed, notified. Then you take up the pre-PhD coursework for a period of 6 months. That is minimum is 75 hours. Post that coursework, we have a pre-PhD exam. Once you clear the exam, you're notified. You get the final registration number for your PhD, and you are allotted a guide. From there, your PhD program starts for the tenure. So for any other information regarding admission at Sumandeep Vidyapeeth, this is the email ID. You can drop your emails anytime. We also have phone numbers, contact numbers on the website. You can give a call during the working hours and ask for any of the information. Thank you for your patient hearing. Thank you, Dr. Mandana, for giving me this opportunity to talk about the PhD program on my campus. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Vandana. That was really nice and quite thorough. So, right now we have no particular questions. I do believe, I'm sorry, which I can't remember whether you mentioned, do you have a stipend or you don't have a stipend? Because stipend seems to be a big thing for everybody. Your mic is off.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
As of now, we don't have stipend, but we sure working on it. So maybe soon, yeah, we might have. Not for
Okay.
PhD at the present.
Not at the present, yes. Let's hope. Yeah, that's a very important thing to everybody. So anyway, but there are, I do know that some of the other institutions that are presenting, there is a stipend. And does anyone? Okay, so we have no more questions. I think we will go on, and then we will come back at the end for the group discussion, and everyone can take the respective questions. Thank you so much, Dr. Shah. Anyway, you are staying with us. So, our next one is going to be, yes, People's Dental College, Dental Academy from People's University, Bhopal. And with us is Dr. Anish Gupta, who's professor and head Department of Oral Pathology and Microbiology. So he has prepared the presentation very kindly. Hello, Dr. Gupta.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yes, so we will just listen to the presentation and we will come back.
Okay, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, my topic for today is going to be PhD in People's University. Just a brief about myself. I'm Dr. Anish Gupta, and I've done my BDS and MDS from GDC Mumbai. And currently, I do have 5 PhD scholars under me. Now, to begin with, People's University is a has a world-class infrastructure and is situated in central India, Bhopal, and is one of the largest campus in central India. It's around 69.19 acres of area, and it's quite eco-friendly. There is also an associated hospital, which is 1,350 bedded medical hospital and a super specialty care hospital with dental hospital attached. There are sports facility having basketball courts, badminton courts, volleyballs, stadiums, etc. There are 2 auditoriums, each of 750 and 375, and uh, they have a good projection system and state-of-the-art technology. These are some of the approvals and recognitions like University Grants Commission, Association of Indian Universities, Madhya Pradesh State Government, National Medical Commission, Dental Council of India, Indian Nursing Council, Pharmacy Council of India, Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, that is CIRO, Madhya Pradesh Paramedical Council. Now, the eligibility for admission. Originally, you have the students who can do PhD in the discipline they should have a regular degree of masters in that discipline. Interdisciplinary PhD may be possible if you have a strong recommendation from faculty of doctoral committee and has to be approved by university doctoral committee. The criteria for selection is that you should have 55% of marks, except for medical, dental, and Ayurvedic, where you only need to have a master's degree. This is the admission process in short. So you can see that there is an entrance exam, the notice of which is generated earlier. Then you have admission process that includes eligibility form, enrollment form. You pay a stipulated fee, and then you have a coursework, then so on. So you can see here that a synopsis, supervisor, and supervisor selection, everything is there. One thing that you need to note is that there is a 6 monthly progress report which needs to be submitted to the university. And finally, just before you are awarded the PhD degree, you have to appear for an oral defense exam. There are usually 2 times in a year, there are these notices sent for admission process and the entrance exam. Whether you are having any funding agency or you have a research grant or a scholarship, you have to be a regular PhD student. Sorry. Now, the duration of the PhD program is that the minimum duration that is required is going to be 3 years of time. That includes the coursework, and maximum time period is 5 years. After that, it gets automatically cancelled. Now, it can only be revoked in special circumstances only by the approval of Vice Chancellor. One second, just getting. Now you have the fees and the other costs. The fees that is there is around 1,10,000. Apart from this, you have other fees such as library fees, security deposit, and so on. So the main which is required that you usually search for is the annual fee, and there is no stipend that is provided by the university. Funding and scholarship is not available, and the international applicants also have no relaxation. These are various specializations in dentistry. So you have all the subjects, and you have various specializations in other field. Now, how do you select for a how do you know about the faculty and their ongoing research? So a very simple way that you go to this website, and there are individual colleges. You can easily search for any of the faculty by visiting this website. Now the supervision and mentorship. How do you search for a supervisor is again by going to this. There is this website given. This is one of the links, sorry, not the website. The website is the same. This is the link, and here there is a list of supervisors. Here you can also see how many seats are available with them. Like, for example, like there are 8 seats which a PhD guide can have. Now, if I am already having 5 PhD scholars, so only available seats will be 3. So you have everything over here. Now, supervision and mentorship, you will be having regular supervisory meetings, feedback on work in progress, advice and support, and mediation and representation. Collaboration and networking, it is possible that you can have a collaboration with other institutions of national and nationally and internationally. Also, you can have an external faculty that you may choose as a co-supervisor, and the place of the research can also be of the research lab of the co-supervisor. Now, these are the research facilities. We have a Center for Scientific Research and Development, that is CSRD. Here you have all these labs, for example, Human Genetic Lab, Molecular Biotechnology Lab, Biochemical Research Lab, and so on. Apart from this, you also have labs of different supervisors. So you may be attached to any of the lab. These are some of the facilities available with the CSRD. So you have this human genetic lab, and you have these facilities, molecular biotechnology lab. You can have this. You can very well know what things are available, and there are some of these facilities available are really state of the art. So you have immunology lab, stem cell technology lab, biotechnology and pharmacology lab. And apart from this, you also have an opportunity to connect with ISER, with AMPRI, with CIRO. That is, if your research topic, you can also have a co-supervisor from those institutions, and they can collaborate with us. Now, post PhD career opportunities, university positions, there are certain university positions um, which are only given to PhD graduates. Obviously, a PhD pass out can always guide PhD students, and you always have an opportunity and an advantage when you apply for ICMR or other grants. Additionally, points 10 for PhD in publication category 2 is given as per DCI. There are 2 publications in index journals required and 2 conferences which can be either national or international. And the student support and services, there are regular mentorship programs, workshops conducted, regular dental education programs where you can attend. So this is all for my presentation. If you have any questions, you may ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Yes, that was a nice presentation of all the details. From what I can see, most of the questions are very general, so it will be probably better that we deal with them collectively at the end rather than individually. So I think we will just go on and then we will have a discussion. Before we do go on, I just want to share with everybody a little news from Oral Pathology 360. We are having the next episode of Open Mic Faculty Contest. As you can see, these are the winners in August. The reason we have this 3 times a year, we had in August, we were having now one in December, and then we will have one in Feb, is because the 3 winners, the 3 first prize holders, will have a contest against each other in March. And the winner of that contest will be a guest speaker at our International Oral Diseases Case Presentation Conference. Now, to take part in this, you have to be faculty. By that, I do not mean you need to be attached to a college. What I mean is you should not be a student. Okay, so it is the most collective way I could put it is by putting it as faculty. So, and it can be from within any of the branches of dentistry. In fact, anyone, even from outside dentistry, from the health sciences, who has a keen interest in the oral and maxillofacial sciences. And this time, the theme is on patient education. So, the videos or the presentations have to be on patient education targeted at the general public. So, anyone interested, please head to our website. You will find the link on our homepage and you can register for that. With that, let me come to our last presentation, that is by Dr. Ayaparaj. I do not know whether he is traveling today and whether he is able to connect or not. Well, he is representing the SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Tamil Nadu, where he is doing his PhD. Although he is himself head Department of Public Health Dentistry in Nanda Dental College and Hospital, Tamil Nadu. Anyway, I can see that he is probably having difficulties connecting. So let's just listen to the video and come back.
A very warm welcome to everyone. This is Dr. Ayaparaj, head of the department at Nanda Dental College and finally a PhD scholar at SRM University, Chennai. Today, we're looking at PhD opportunities at SRM University. These are the topics that I'm going to cover today. SRM University of Science and Technology is one of the top ranking universities with 52,000 full-time students and 3,200 faculty across all campuses. And the campuses are located at Katanglatur, Ramapuram, Vadapayani, in Modi Nagar, Uttar Pradesh, and Sonapet, Haryana, Amravati, Andhra Pradesh, and Gangtok, Sikkim. The admission is based on a written entrance exam, which happens 4 times a year, that is January, April, August, and November, followed by an interview. Applicants who are qualified through other national exams like UGC, etc., are exempted from the entrance exams, but they have to directly appear for the discussion meeting for PhD enrollment. The program is available for full-time, part-time, and long-distance education format. For part-time long-distance education format, there are 2 things which has to be taken into consideration. The student needs to be present on the campus on days of the examination. The PhD coursework consists of 4 papers, and they need a supervisor of 10 years of academic experience to be assigned at the student's place of work. So for full-time PhD students, they have a monthly stipend of 25,000, and for foreign university semester, the PhD students can complete the semester at a foreign university through a QIP center. In addition to the monthly scholarship, the student reimburses up to 3 lakhs of travel, lodging, and other expenses. And for university fellowship, they have a stipend of 36,000. For international applicants, the admission process is a little different. The student should first have a 2 to 3 page write-up of the proposed research work indicating the problem to be studied, prevailing research going on around the world, and gaps identified in the current research work and the scope of the proposed work. The same has to be in a PowerPoint presentation not exceeding 15 slides, and this has to be submitted. The write-up and the PPT will be assessed by the Research Coordination Committee, that is RCC, of the concerned department. An online examination will be conducted by the committee as a part of the assessment. The Research Coordination Committee will identify a supervisor to guide this candidate on his or her research work. Based on its recommendation, the Office of International Relations will issue a provisional admission letter, which is not valid for visa purposes. The tuition and other applicable fee mentioned in the provisional admission letter have to be paid within 10 days. On receipt of credit advice from the college bankers, the OIR will issue a confirmed admission letter, that is called a CAL, which can be used for visa purposes. On arrival at SRM University, the candidate must report to the concerned head of the department for further instructions. The candidate has to appear before the doctoral committee, which will be constituted by the university from a panel of experts, from which they will be assigned a supervisor within a month. On presentation of the doctoral committee will recommend appropriate coursework to be undertaken by the student. Eligibility for international applicants. The applicant should have a 2 years of master's degree or a professional degree declared equivalent to a master's degree by the corresponding statutory regulatory body. The international student will have a stipend of 25,000 per month for the period of 3 years. The annual fee for the international student is $1,000 US, and if they are requesting for a scholarship, they are available for this scholarship if they are from Africa, Asia, or other SAARC countries for a 50% scholarship. Foreigners entering India on a student employment or research missionary visa valid for more than 180 days are required to register for the foreign registration office under whose jurisdiction they propose to stay. On circumstances of overstay, a financial penalty regarding overstay and visa violations are given over here. The college offers student support services, that is assistance with hostel and facility bookings for foreign nationals. Transportation to the college from the airport is done with previous requirements. All the students who got admission to SRM University of Science and Technology are requested to keep an health insurance or a family health insurance of their own to meet any medical emergencies. The hostel fee includes food, accommodation, amenities, electric charges. The hostel payment is non-refundable, but in case of refunds, you can always check the college's website for refund policies. These are the key research area and specializations that are available at the institution. For full-time scholars can request a supervisor from the designated supervisor panel. That is, they can log into srmist.edu.in/staff finder and then find out more details regarding staff. For part-time scholars, the institution provides a guide, and the part-time student has to request a supervisor from the college where they are doing part-time from. The supervisor should have 8 to 10 years of academic experience, and The institution that they are working should be approved by SRM as an approved PhD institution. That is, a letter of no objection should be obtained from that institution. The other facilities that are provided by the college are libraries and digital resources, and these are the few research equipment that are available for research for the PhD scholars. SRM offers support for PhD scholars through career planning, resources, professional development programs, and networking opportunities with industry leaders and academic institutions. Typical career path for PhD holders from SRM includes academic research positions in both public and private sectors and roles in technology and innovation. The college encourages PhD students to publish their research and participate in conferences. So the institution, on application of approval of publication grants, provides 50% of the publication fee for any Scopus or PubMed journals. The college provides registration fee support for students in national and international conferences for full-time scholars. SRM encourages PhD students to publish their research and participate in conferences. The institute provides support through access to research resources, mentorship, and sometimes funding for conferences attendance, which is typically required for academic and research development for a scholar. A very warm welcome to everyone. This is Dr. Ayaparaj, head of the department at Mandal Dental College, and finally a PhD scholar.
Yes. Now I'm going to request everyone to please put on your camera and mic. Yes.
Put
Then we
on your
can.
camera and mic.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, we are
Put
having
on
a
your
feedback.
camera,
Is any of you actually
mic.
watching it on two different pages, or is YouTube on side by side somewhere close by? Okay, it seems to have stopped, I think. Yeah. All right.
I guess it's me because I wasn't able to check the videos. Okay, it seems to have stopped. Yeah.
No, okay, it's coming back again.
I
Uh,
guess it's me because I wasn't able to check the
okay.
videos.
To not have complete mayhem, I'm going to request each of you to put off your mic while you are not speaking and put it on when you speak. So we do not have total mayhem. Okay. Thank you so much. Now let's go to all the comments and the questions. I'll start from the top with the very first one. So, so there was a comment from Dr. Sahana Ashok who says faculty from other states cannot do PhD under RGUHS. That's in Karnataka. So, Dr. Sujata, I guess that's for you. I do not know how. I'm not sure what she means actually. Your mic now. You can put on your mic while you're speaking. It's on, but you can't speak. Okay. No, I can't hear you.
I think she's asking a question.
Yeah. Okay. Faculty from other states cannot do PhD on the RGUHS, but maybe she means as visiting because you are a faculty in some other state. So whether as visiting she means that we cannot do, I'm not sure. Dr. Sana, you can put an add-on to your question. Dr. Sujata, you have any comment on that? You are the only one from Karnataka. No, I can't hear you. You can type it in the chat. I will read it out.
Can I answer that?
Oh,
If
yes, if you know the answer, absolutely.
Yeah, actually, whether it is RGHS or any People's University or any other university, all the universities have to follow this UGC guidelines in the first place. So there is nobody stops any faculty to do PhD in some other university. That that is not the criteria. The only thing is that if you are working, if for example Dr. Sahana is working somewhere and she wishes to do PhD in one of the RGHS college, she may need to have one letter from her college where she's currently working that she needs to submit it to RGHS, and she needs to commit this to RGHS that she will be there for the prescribed number of days. The prescribed number of days, as far as I know, it is 180 days per year.
Per year. Okay. I think Dr. Sujata also has uh, put an answer in the chat, which I can read, is that only colleges which are RGUHS affiliated. So, and 45 days every 6 months, they have to be there on site. Okay. Thank you. And so that was that. Let's go to the next one. Of course, the major comment and requirement everyone is saying is that they are looking for a stipend. So uh, it's a big motivation. I can understand you just finished studying and then doing some more years of study without starting to earn. So that makes a difference. I think, if I'm not mistaken, only SRM is having stipend. Dr. Ayappa, is SRM having a stipend, or was it People's Academy? I'm
No,
confused. Whose
no.
college has that? No. Okay.
We don't have any stipend. It was SRM. But
SRM, no?
SRM, as far as I remember, they said regarding the international applicants, yeah, the 25,000 was for
SRM does have a stipend of 25,000 per month for full-time scholars. And then if you're an international student, then they do have stipends. It goes up to like 6,000 per month.
Okay. There's a lot of noise where you are, I think. Yes. Okay. So there is a stipend. I would suggest everyone to actually read it up on the website. I'm going to put all the links on this in the description afterwards so that you will be able to actually check it up. And Dr. Bhuvan says it's a nice and informative session. Thank you. The first thing is asking is PhD will be granted in dentistry or oral pathology or whatever other branch.
Actually, may I?
Yes, please.
It's PhD in dentistry, but in bracket, it is usually written oral pathology, conservative dentistry, and endodontics like that.
Okay, whatever is the branch, right?
Yes, yes.
I'll just add a little bit
Yes.
because we usually give PhD in oral pathology, PhD in oral medicine, and so on. Now, if in case if the scholar is doing interdisciplinary PhD, if in case he's doing interdisciplinary PhD, so his guide may be from the other discipline. In that case only, it will not be mentioned oral pathology, it will be mentioned as PhD in dentistry or PhD in medicine. But again, I was told by our Dean Academic Affairs that you need to have it in your own discipline. That is always better.
Okay. Right. Thank you. So, Dr. Bhuvan has two follow ups to that. The first one is PhD in dentistry, is it recognized by DCI or NDC? Any idea?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. PhD, now when you start every year you are renewing your DCI membership. So in that also, I think in every state it does not show any option for PhD. Okay, so as far
Okay.
as PhD recognized by DCI, it is not. I don't think it is recognized. However, as I mentioned, that they do provide 10 marks in case of publication. That's a little, it's little difficult to understand, but that is written in the DCI Gazette.
Okay. Yeah. It is
That's
difficult
all.
to
And the
understand.
UGC criteria for becoming PhD guide, can MDS with 10 years of experience become PhD guide?
Yeah.
Yes. After 8 years post MDS, you are eligible to be a guide. It's not necessary whether you are an associate professor or a professor. You can become a guide after 8 years of experience after MDS. But your
Well,
university should recognize, your university should display your name.
okay. May I add
Yes,
here?
Dr. Vandana. Yes, please.
Yeah, according to the UGC guidelines 2022, they have clearly mentioned anybody who holds a PhD only can become a PhD guide. The earlier guidelines, there was, this is still an ambiguous statement here, because NMC very clearly mentions in the NMC guidelines that any faculty who has a 10-year of experience after being a professor can become a PhD guide, but there's no mention in DCI or NDC of such a guide, because we searched through it a lot. And this statement in by UGC in 2022 guidelines, they very clearly mentioned anybody who holds a PhD can become a PhD guide. So there's still an ambiguity, but most of
Mm,
the universities, because there's a dearth of PhD guides in dentistry, they're still, if the university recognizes a person with this experience as a guide, the university can do it.
yeah.
But that's
Interesting.
still a raw, little gray area there.
Quite. I guess it will change with time and as we have more and more faculty who's themselves holding a PhD, definitely. Yes. Interesting. And of course, our DCI moves in very mysterious ways. That is an entirely different kettle of fish by itself. So, okay, we have another one from Dr. Haju Khatun. Is any ICMR or other institutions that support PhD under them?
Uh, there are
I
no
didn't
direct.
understand this question. Sorry.
Dr. Vandana, you want to give it a go?
See, from what I understand, there are no PhD per se grants in any of these bodies,
Okay,
but they do
grants.
have, yes, they do have these scholarships and grants in different manner, as if, like, for example, this junior research fellow program, wherein they can enroll and make, maybe they can avail that scholarship for doing their PhD in a particular institute, something like that. They have fellowship programs, inspire fellowship programs. They announce these programs from time to time. So, as from what I understood from the question, if she means something else, maybe she can clarify that.
Dr. Ayappa, if you have a comment, you can also type it in. I know you are being held back a little bit by your mic, but if you do have anything to say, you can type it in. I will read it. You can put it in the private chat. I read it from there. Okay, Dr. Nagpal is saying good information under interdisciplinary research for PhD. Can MDS oral pathology pursue a PhD in biochemistry? Any ideas?
No.
Yeah, I think no, as far as interdisciplinary research for PhD is concerned, they can. What I was told in my university is that he can have a supervisor of oral pathology, but if he wants to do in biochemistry, he'll need to have a co-supervisor in biochemistry.
Yeah, but that will not be PhD in biochemistry. That will be still PhD in oral pathology. The research
Can
can be
MDS
biochemistry.
oral pathology pursue PhD in biochemistry? He can still pursue, but in any case, he will get a degree of oral pathology only, PhD in oral pathology.
Exactly. It will not be biochemistry.
Got it. Yeah, okay. So I think Dr. Sana has put a follow up to what she had asked earlier, saying university has put a rule which says faculty should be working in the college which comes under RGUHS. Okay,
That is
so
only
that means
for the supervisor guides. That is not for PhD scholars.
okay, right. Then, do you have any idea about this? Any of the government dental colleges which offer a PhD course?
So there is the, I'm sorry, the PhD is not actually offered by a dental college. It is always offered by the university in the first place. Okay, so it's always it does not come under the programs of a dental college. So if you want, like MUHS, that offers PhD degree. MUHS is Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, that offers PhD. You can have a guide of from GDC Bombay, but ultimately you will get a degree from our MUHS.
So, so whichever college, whether government or otherwise, they basically have to approach the university to
They
provide
have
the
to
course
approach
under
the
them.
university. They have to approach the university only. From the university, they'll be able to know which supervisors are there.
Yeah. Even Gujarat University offers PhD programs.
Programs, right. So that is all the questions that we have. The last one we have is that it's a nice session, good presentations. Right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much.
everybody. So, anything else from your own experiences you would really like? I know that I had given you a basic format that everybody followed, but besides that, do you want anything that you would like to add for prospective scholars?
Not at the
Just
moment.
I'll just say one small thing that people usually feel that PhD is not of any use because even if you go to any college, they will only ask whether you're a reader or a professor or a senior lecturer, whatever your designation is. However, now the times are changing, and since because I'm also working in the university, there are certain posts which are there exclusively for PhD. This people who have passed their PhD. They in my university also, like if they wanted to offer me some post, so they saw that I was not a PhD, so they didn't offer me. So there definitely the times are changing, and currently it is only for medical, dental, and probably Ayurvedic that PhD guides are may not be PhD themselves. However, with as the time goes, that will be one of the criteria. Secondly, as per the UGC guidelines, for getting into any faculty position, except for medical dental, you need to have PhD degree. It was except for medical and dental. Now that is only because you have very few PhD students. Now you see, as far as any private dental college or private university is concerned, for medical and dental, they are all most of the people, most of the young generation, they are going for PhD. Like in our university only, at least we have 38 PhD scholars, 38 PhD scholars which have been registered from People's University from our college. So you can see the amount of PhD that the students, that the faculty or the students are going for, and it is only going to increase. So never be disheartened. It's always good to learn something different and something new. All the best.
Definitely. Anyone else? So we have one more question that has come. It's a little confusing. Let me see. If a oral pathologist wish to pursue a PhD in oral cancer genomics, no dental college has done it. I guess that only.
Now again, as
Can you figure this out? Okay.
yeah, what probably the Dr. Abhishek wants to know that if a person has done in this oral pathology MDS and wishes to do PhD in oral cancer genomics, and he says that it is only available in IIT and NIT. So why would they? How can they guide us? Obviously, they cannot guide you, they cannot be your supervisor, they can only be your co-supervisor. As I mentioned in my uh, presentation, that you have support apart from our own People's University. You can have co-supervisors from ISER, you can have from BMHRC, you can have from other IITs also, but they will only be as co-supervisors. And Dr. Abhishek, don't worry, I have, like for example, I have got 5 PhD scholars, they're all from government. So in any case, I am their supervisor and all the others are their co-supervisors.
Can I add something to this?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Dr. Abhishek, one thing is, see, we are the specialists in oral cancer. So the genomics part, the NITs or IITs could do, but only for the genomics part, it would not be apt to give them guideship. So the guideship has to be basically you're working in oral cancer, whatever it is, right? You're working genomics, you're working proteomics, or you're working just plain immunohistochemical markers. Okay, so basically it is oral cancer, and we are specialists in oral cancers. The IIT or NIT people are not specialists in oral cancers, and they will not have the patient material that we have as oral pathologists. So that's why the PhD has to come here and not to the NIT or IITs.
Very true. So, mhm, what did I do? I meant to do this. Okay, that's not happening. All right, we have a comment from Dr. Ayaparaj, and I will read it to you all. So, okay. So, sorry, little confusion here. Okay. Okay, he is also back, and let me hide this other comment. So, what he is saying, which I think because of his mic problems, he can't say himself, so I will read it. PhD degree is for furthering our research inquisitiveness. We can take up any field with respect to connection with dentistry. I'm doing my PhD on effective teaching of dental students, that is more of academic research with general academics. And the approach to PhD with terms of monetization in terms of salary improvement in mind would not be totally fruitful. I think I got that right. I hope. Right. Yes, I do know he is doing a very interesting PhD, which is involving, I don't know, it's one of those PhDs that seem to increase by the time, each time I talk to him, he seems to have added one project in it. In fact, he has this very interesting app, which some of you may have heard, DenSync app, which is for dentists and for education and for getting together, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a part of his PhD. So, and I think he's adding other stuff to it. So yes, you can do all sorts of things, and it is really a matter of, I think it's research, and research by its very nature is innovation. So you can do pretty much anything um, that touches it, and you are ready to do a lot of research on. Okay, so we got all of that, and now thank you everybody. And I'm going to go to your certificate page, but bear with me, it is may not render properly. So give me a minute to get it right in case it doesn't. Yes, it didn't. Let me see. Why is it? Yeah. Oh, it did. Okay. All right. I'm just trying some new setting. That's why I just wasn't entirely sure it will work. Okay, so it worked. Right. And yes, thank you, all of you all. It was really wonderful of you. And for such senior people, each of you in your own institution, you have put in a lot of effort, prepared this. I must say, I totally appreciate the effort and the time. Thank you, Dr. Vandana. Of course, you have been here before, and it's been great having you again with us. And Dr. Sujata, thank you so much. I hope the next time you're on the channel, we don't have issues like this and we can actually hear you. Yes, Dr. Rohit, of course, sadly couldn't make it. And Dr. Gupta, thank you so much. I look forward to having you also back on the channel sometime soon. And
Thank you very much.
you're most welcome. My pleasure. And of course, Dr. Ayaparaj, who is also sadly traveling, and he's not been able to interact as much as we would have liked. But nonetheless, he did make a preparation. Thank you so much. And I will add a link to every one of these colleges' websites in the description of the video, so anyone who's interested can go and find out the details, and you can also get in touch with every one of them. I have put links to their profiles on LinkedIn where available on the website. Yeah, so you can get in touch. And with that, we have come to the end, except for, of course, I will take another minute to share with you all this Saturday's program. So just stay with me for a second. I will share that and come back. Yeah. So this is what we are having this Saturday. Please do not forget, and also do not forget the time. It's at 4:30. It's Journal Club with authors. We will have an author with us, and it will be a very interesting discussion for everybody. So make it a point to join us. Now coming back to, yes, let us say our bye byes, and thank you so much again, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. See you all soon. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.